From Idaho's News Channel 7, this is Friday Night Football.
This is another episode of Friday Night Football. Big-time football action here in the Treasure Valley. So many big-time matchups. The game of the night. We talked about it all week long. Timberline taking on Eagle. What a matchup it was. I had to jam out of there quickly, but we did get some big-time highlights. Let's start with it first. Eagle taking on Timberline at home, trying to remain undefeated, while the Timberline Wolves trying to pull a big-time upset. They're down 7-0 early. How would they respond? How about Hudson Lewis throwing a touchdown pass? Yes, that's a wide receiver. Then it's Jack Brandt doing it himself. Back-to-back rushing touchdowns for Brandt. And all of a sudden, 19 unanswered points. Timberline's up at halftime, and you're thinking, they're in control, right? Not so fast. Second half kickoff, Timberline gets the ball, but they fumble on the kickoff. Eagle back in business. Camera guy can't follow the play here. That's me. Touchdown Mustangs. All of a sudden, this game was flipped upside down, and you thought Eagle was really going to take over, but then it started going back and forth. Brandt to Lewis, his guy, such a talented wide receiver, one of the best in the entire state. And then it's Noah Burnham. Talk about a guy who's not getting enough coverage. That is number 0 for the Eagle Mustangs. Big-time touchdown there. How would the Wolves respond? They come back with number 10. Call your own number, break your tackles, stumble, bumble all the way to the end zone. Touchdown Timberline. I had to leave at that moment. I thought they were going to win it from there. Eagle would take the lead late. Timberline would get the ball back, and they would have a game-winning field goal. 30-plus yards for the win. Hagen Clint, have yourself a night, the kick of his life. Quite possibly the biggest win in Timberline history. 35-33. Shout out to our guys at the Idaho State Press for providing that video in the stands, because without it, we wouldn't have got that, and our highlights wouldn't have been as great. What a win for Timberline. Wow. A week after they upset Rocky, I guess you can't really call it an upset anymore. They take down undefeated Eagle in a big-time conference championship game. Leading into state, they will be the number 1 seed, I believe, heading into the state football playoffs. But we got more action for you. Let's go out to Middleton. Matchup between the Owyhee Storm and the Vikings. Starting the drive, down 7-0. The Storm look to tie it up. We've called his name multiple times. Logan Hostite scrambles for a big gain. Down the sideline he goes. Owyhee in the red zone. A few plays later, the Storm punch it in. Running back Asher got it. Ties up the game in the first quarter. Middleton would respond on the ensuing drive, though, looking to retake the lead. Why not go with the Wildcat? Haven't seen that in a while. Jake Perez takes it, 14-yard big-time gain to end the first quarter. Let's go later in the drive now. Running game for the Vikings, still carrying the load. Perez gets the ball again, and this time will not be stopped. All the way into the end zone, reaches out, touchdown. The Vikings puts them on top. The running game for both teams, that was a story in this one, working all night long. Owyhee is looking to storm down the field, pun intended, getting the big play here. Screen pass to the tight end. Tight end's always open. Ryan Brecky, he just takes it almost all the way down to the end zone, but he steps out of bounds around the 7-yard line. Next play, Hosvite calls his own number, makes the defender miss on his way to the end zone. But Middleton, hey, they would go on to win this one. Final score, another tight one, 23-21. Middleton, very up and down this season. They beat Timberline, and then they got blown out at home by Rocky. They could be a team to look out for in the postseason. We'll have all those highlights for you coming next week, because we're talking playoffs. Playoffs? Yes, we're talking playoffs. How about Capital at Boise? Let's go out there. Heated game between these two. Check out this impressive kickoff return by who else? One of the fastest players on the planet. Okay, maybe not the planet, but at least in Idaho, Quincy Clay. After Boise finally got on the board, man, he's just got that true breakaway speed. The Eagles, they would set up a touchdown by Xander Groh, and then they would run it in for the 2-point conversion. Add it in there. Big time score. Boise would answer after a long drive on the ground with Boise's Wayne Bauer on the quarterback keeper. Do it yourself. They would try to cut the lead before the half. Capital would find the end zone again. Braden Dudley to Michael Thorpe. You didn't see it, but we promise it's a touchdown. Watch this Hail Mary by Boise before the half. You thought it was going to get caught there in a double coverage. Cooper Meyer picks it off. Capital would just take off from there. Fly, Eagles, fly. Capital 50, Boise 14. Now out to Meridian to Mountain View. Mountain View quarterback Henry Nelson is going to drop one to Denton Wilson. Nelson to Wilson for a touchdown. Give it to the big fella. Yeah, let him know. Mountain View quarterback, hey, Nelson again. Short pass, Brody Munson. Watch this. He flicks it out there. Great block right there by the big fella on the outside. Look out, cameraman. Way to keep the camera rolling right there. Munson can go on the score of the touchdown for the Mavericks after that last catch. Watch this play. He just keeps going, breaking tackles all the way to the end zone. And then we had this play. Cooper Schneid. You thought this was going to be a catch by the wide receiver. Quarterback thought he was open. Schneid says, nah, give me that. Big time pick, breaks tackles right there on his way to the end zone. That extended the score 27-0. Might see that on top plays later. Mountain View High School beats Meridian High School with a shutout, 41-0. Let's go to the Thursday night game, Centennial at Borah. Donna Larson Park for this one. Centennial Patriots looking for their first and last win of the regular season. Borah got on the board first, but Centennial would answer with a pass from Madden Henderson. Look at that. In the bucket. That's Wade Ginn on the touchdown. Borah, they would respond as well. Watch this. Big time run there on the screen pass. Impressive run after the catch. And then you got a little dog pile touchdown. Use the legs to drive him in. Merritt Knight, that's the running back scoring the touchdown there. A name you'll want to hear because when the Lions get the ball back, he catches this pass, runs it 30 yards to the house. Centennial would feel the need to answer with only a little more than a minute on the clock. Madden Henderson would find Caden Byram for some chunk yardage right here. You're going to see it from the Patriots. Great ball there. Big time chunk yardage on the sideline. And then, how about Charlie Ferris? Drags a defender to get close to the end zone. And then Henderson would find Byram for the last touchdown in the first half. Check this out. Right over the middle, quick release. Great eyes there from the quarterback. Borah would go on to run away with this one, though, in the second half, ending with a final score 34-21. Now out to Bishop Kelly, where Emmett came to town to take on the Knights. Huskies had an impressive start to the game. Eli Brennan, touchdown. 12-8. That's a scoregami high school style. That's an interesting score. Bishop Kelly then took the lead when Ryan Arellano, I am so sorry with that one. That one hit me for a whirlwind. He got a touchdown, bringing the score 14-13 in the second quarter. Not long after, Jackson Brady, another impressive touchdown. Watch this one. Down the sideline he goes. Tried the shoestring tackle. Not going to happen. 22-13. The Knights would go on to win this one and stay undefeated in the regular season. Final score 35-16. Let's get a look at your scoreboards now for the games we could not get to. We'll start with that 6A scoreboard. Big time wins for some big time teams. Timberline, we're going to say it all night long. 35-33, quite possibly, the biggest win in their school history. And then Mountain View shutting out Meridian. I think that's an impressive one. Anytime you shut out a football team, no matter what the level is, that is absolutely impressive. Rocky Mountain gets a big-time bounce-back win against CUNA. They'll be a team to watch out for in the postseason starting next week. Capital making a statement over Boise. And then Middleton sneaking one out over the Storm of Owyhee. What a night of football we had. 6A, Eagle and Timberline. I still can't get over how crazy and bonkers that game was, and we've got a couple of top plays for you from that one. Let's get to the plays of the night. We're starting with the one we talked about earlier. Cooper Schneid Get up there. Gets the interception. Finds a couple of holes. 5 tacklers right there. Could not bring him down. He finds the end zone. A big-time pick six. Have yourself a night right there. What a pick six from him. Let's watch this again, just one more time for the folks at home. Gets the interception. Quarterback thought the wide receiver was wide open. This is the impressive part right here, breaking the tackles on his way to the end zone. Let's go to play number 2. We brought it to you at the top of the show. Hudson Lewis gets the jet sweep. He's going to throw a touchdown pass. That's a wide receiver committed to Utah as of right now that is throwing a touchdown pass to his guy, Lucas Thompson. One more time. Let's see it one more time for the folks at home. How about we're going to go to play of the night? Hagen Clint. Okay, we did give it to him one more time. We are going to go to the play of the night, though. What other play would it be? It's Hagen Clint, game winner. Shout out to Race Archibald with this one, filming it on his phone. Quite possibly the biggest win in Timberline program history. A walk-off field goal at Eagle High School. Shout out to the Idaho State Press as well for getting that video, allowing us to use that. If I was at the game, I wouldn't be here getting all these highlights into you. What a game, what a win, and what an exciting slate of high school football playoffs we're going to have next week. We'll have all the coverage for you. Jordan will be back in town. I'll be here. That's at least 2 games each. Carson's going to get one. We got all kinds of coverage coming to you next Friday night, of course. That'll be right here on Channel 7 and KTVB+. That'll wrap up week number 9 of the high school football season. Thanks so much for tuning in. Friday Night Football. I'm Austin Parr. We will see you next week.
Continue with us and watch free now on the KTVB Plus app everywhere you stream.